Good evening and welcome to the July 15th, 2024 meeting of the Frankfort Village Board. We'll call this meeting to order and we'll ask our clerk, Katie Schubert, to take the roll, please.
Mayor Ogle?
Here.
Trustee Borelli?
Here.
Trustee Ledden?
Here.
Trustee Petro?
Here.
Trustee Rigoni?
Here.
Trustee Rossi is absent. Trustee Severia?
Here.
Attorney Lamore?
Present.
Police Chief Chalepis?
Here.
Administrator Pisha?
Here.
Assistant Administrator Barika?
Present.
Clerk Schubert is here, and we have quorum.
All right, thank you, clerk. If everyone would please stand with me and we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item on here is what's called the unanimous consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are considered to be routine in nature and are enacted in one single motion. There's no separate discussion of these items unless a board member so requests, in which event that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. At this time, I ask if any members of the board would like to remove an item from the consent agenda. Hearing none, can I get a motion and a second?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Trustee Petro, second by Trustee Rigoni. The first item that is on here was the approval of the minutes of a public hearing that we held on July 1st, 2024. The next item on there was the regular meeting minutes from July 1st, 2024 also. The following item is the approval of the bills, and we'll go to Trustee Severia.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The bills tonight total $533,123.55. Funds making up this amount are the General Corporate Fund at $158,823.77. The Motor Fuel Tax Fund at $29,910.32. Capital Development Fund at $98,564.98. Sewer and Water Operation and Maintenance at $114,306.69, and Sewer and Water Extension Fund at $131,517.79. And those are the bills.
All right, thank you, Trustee Severia. Now we have an item on the Committee of the Whole, and the first item we will go to Trustee Borelli.
Thank you, Mayor. The first item is the Route 30 Standpipe Water Storage Tank painting project. At our July 10th, 2024 meeting, the Committee of the Whole reviewed 6 bid proposals received for the rehabilitation and repainting of the 3 million gallon standpipe water storage tank located at 8847 West Lincoln Highway over by the library. The project includes both the interior and exterior repainting of the tank and miscellaneous repairs, including the replacement of the cathodic protection system. Seven Brothers Painting submitted the lowest responsible bid in the amount of $1,037,100.00. That was the consensus of the committee to forward a recommendation to the village board to accept the low bid. And the motion before us tonight is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole and adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of a contract between the Village of Frankfort and Seven Brothers Painting Incorporated for the rehabilitation and repainting of a 3 million gallon standpipe water storage tank located at 8847 West Lincoln Highway in the amount of $1,037,100.00.
All right. Thank you, Trustee. Next item from the Committee of the Whole is an item, and we'll go to Trustee Rigoni.
Thank you, Mayor. Police vehicle purchase approval. At its July 10th, 2024 meeting, the Committee of the Whole reviewed a request from the Police Department to acquire 3 2025 Ford Police Interceptor utility vehicles. The vehicles will be purchased through Curry Motors of Frankfort as part of the Suburban Purchasing Cooperative. Each vehicle will cost $47,615, which includes the base price options and factory wiring for emergency equipment installation. An additional 6 to 8 weeks are needed for the upfitting of emergency equipment and graphics by Public Safety Direct. The estimated cost of upfitting is $17,805.43. It was the consensus of the committee to forward a recommendation to the village board to authorize the purchase of these vehicles. The motion before us is to accept the recommendation of the committee as a whole and adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of an agreement between the Village of Frankfort and Curry Motors of Frankfort for the purchase of 3 2025 Ford Police Interceptor utility all-wheel drive vehicles for a cost of not to exceed $196,261.29, which includes the vehicle-based price, options, equipment, and installation of emergency equipment.
Thank you, trustee Regoni. Now we have an item from the Plan Commission, and we will go to trustee Ledden.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This item is Curry Motors of Frankfort. It's a major planned unit development change for property located at 9423 West Lincoln Highway. Applicant Lennox Hill Construction, representing the property owner, Kerfin Property Holding Incorporated, requests the approval of a major change in the PUD to amend the final development plan for a proposed 10,453 square foot addition on the rear of the Curry Motors building for the expansion of the service department. At the June 27, 2024 public hearing on the project, the Plan Commission reviewed the applicant's request for a major PUD change and forwarded a unanimous recommendation to the village board to approve the request subject to several conditions. The motion before us this evening is to accept the Plan Commission recommendation, waive the first and second readings, and pass an ordinance approving a major change to the planned unit development for the Curry Motors property located at 9423 West Lincoln Highway to permit the expansion of the service department in accordance with the reviewed plans, public testimony, and findings of fact, and subject to the following conditions. 1, final engineering approval. 2, submittal of a plat of re-subdivision. 3, village staff approval of photometric plan to ensure that the proposed wall packs do not exceed the zoning ordinance requirements. 4, the proposed CMU shall match the painted CMU on the existing building. 5, all proposed windows and doors shall match those on the existing building. 6, the service bay doors shall be closed after 7 p.m. 7, compliance with Article 7, Section D, Part 2. And number 8, the village staff approval of a trash enclosure. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, trustee Ledden. Those are all the items on the consent agenda tonight. We have a motion and a second, and we'll go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for the vote, please.
Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Trustee Regoni?
Yes.
Trustee Sabaria?
Yes.
Trustee Burley?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you, clerk. The next item that is on here, we'll go to trustee Petro in just a moment, but before we do, it's some instructions for our trustees. This was an item that was given a unanimous unfavorable recommendation from the Plan Commission, and it comes before us. The motion is written in the affirmative, although if you were going to sustain the denial, you would vote no for this. At this point, I think we have probably some members from the applicant out there, but this is not a public hearing. That was through the Plan Commission. This is time for vote. So unless there's some change where the property will be improved to the number of spaces that was required, is that the case? Sir, yes or no, please? Is that the case? You'll be doing that?
It's done,
Okay.
taken care of. And that's beyond what they requested. They requested 22, we have 24.
24 paved. Can we
Yep.
confirm that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the site plan, and you could physically go and look for yourself, anybody want to go. It's been taken care of.
Well, at this point, we are not able to verify this. These documents needed to be in, but we can, we could table this until we can verify this. Okay? That's,
I have pictures if you want.
we'll go out and inspect to make sure that what was done has been taken care of.
It's been taken care of.
Okay. So can we get Hannah, will we get a motion to table?
Yes, if we could, Mayor, and whether that be a direction to set it on a future agenda or just until staff's able to verify. Some direction on how long we're tabling it would be helpful.
Okay. Our next, so our next meeting would be August 8th, the next village board meeting. It's the 5th, I'm sorry.
Yeah, first Monday in August.
August 5th, I'm sorry. Okay.
Mayor,
Yes.
Could we do I guess it's to Hannah, can we do a conditional approval based off of confirmation, or should we defer?
The concern would be is I would just need clarity on what the actual condition is, and without those assurances right now, I think
No, that's
there
fine.
couldn't be the appropriate assurances to the board at this time.
Yep,
Yeah.
okay.
Considering the history of this, I would advise the board to table this until the next meeting.
Mayor, could we just provide the report on this, so we have just a little bit of
Yeah.
background on what we're doing?
Yes, Trustee
Thank you.
Petro, if you'd please.
So the item before us is the Triple Crown Training Special Use Permit for Indoor Recreation at 9426 Corsair Road. The applicant, David Pasley Jr., representing franchisee Corey Stallings and property owner Omar Hassad, proposes to operate an indoor baseball training facility at 9426 Corsair Road, located in the Airport Industrial Park. This facility would be a new franchise location for Triple Crown Training, offering the Top Velocity Academy and the Start Right training programs. The applicant requests the granting of a special use permit for indoor recreation to accommodate the operation of Triple Crown Training in the I-1 Limited Industrial District. During the workshop and public hearings, the Plan Commission advised the applicant that additional parking was necessary to support the proposed indoor recreation use, as 60 parking spaces are required and only 7 existing spaces were proposed. The Commission indicated that they would be amenable to the proposed business if a revised site plan depicting a minimum of 22 parking spaces and compliance with other village regulations for a parking lot was submitted. At the June 13th, 2024 public hearing held on the project, the property owner requested that the subject property remain as is with the 7 existing parking spaces. The Plan Commission subsequently forwarded a unanimous unfavorable recommendation, 0-4, to the Village Board to deny the special use permit for indoor recreation, citing insufficient parking for the proposed use. Based on the information today, I would motion that we table this to the next meeting, the village meeting, on Monday, August 5th.
August 5th. So we have a motion from Trustee Petro. Do we have a second?
Second.
So we have a motion and a second. At this time, is there any discussion from our board? Okay. Sir?
I don't think it's fair that
Sir?
you only see one side of
Please.
the story. Please.
Sir,
Mayor,
please.
there's a motion to table on the board, so that would go to a vote. That's the only thing at issue. for
Mayor.
discussion.
Yes, sir, please. Go to our clerk now for the vote.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Trustee Rigoni?
Yes.
Trustee Savaria?
Yes.
Trustee Borelli?
Yes.
Trustee Lennon?
Yes.
Okay. This is tabled, this issue is tabled until the August 5th Village Board meeting. Staff will verify that you've met the conditions that you said that you would not meet in the past.
Absolutely, no problem. I
Thank you,
just
sir.
want- I appreciate it. Can I just, please, comment?
During public comment, sir, during public comment,
There's no
you
public
can,
comment?
you can come up, no. During public comment afterwards, you can come up if you'd like to stay.
It's no problem.
We'll continue village
No
business.
problem.
The next item on here is the mayor's report. First, we'll talk a little bit about our Bluegrass Festival that we had over the weekend. This was the 12th annual Bluegrass Fest. We had a group that came in from South Korea to perform. It was, in spite of the weather, it was an amazing event. Great performers. The attendants were wonderful. Our police, the fire district, and our public works and staff did an excellent job coordinating, making sure people remained safe in spite of there was lightning, there was everything else that took place. But the event came right back up as soon as the threat went away. And we're looking forward to another fantastic one. I've heard they've already got another international group coming for next year. Steve Haberichter, Amanda Thompson, their entire team and their volunteers. This was an all-volunteer event that's put on, and it's just amazing. And it's internationally recognized, has earned international awards. One of the other musicians, Jim Lauderdale, that was there, his prolific songwriter. He's written songs for Elvis Costello, George Strait, all kinds of artists. It's an amazing event. So, our movie on the green is scheduled for tomorrow, July 16th, weather permitting. It was canceled last week because of the rain. The movie is Encanto, and it'll begin at dusk, or approximately 8:15, on Brighter Green. Our Frankfort Board of Fire and Police Commissioners for the Village of Frankfort is now accepting applications for the position of police officer. Testing will take place on Saturday, August 17th, for immediate hiring and to establish an eligibility list for future hiring needs. The applications are available at jobsource.copsandfiretesting.com. The Frankfort Police Department will host 2 police testing prep classes for individuals who are interested in a career in law enforcement. They'll be on Saturday, July 20th and Saturday, July 27th from 10 a.m. to noon right here at the Village Hall. Registration is required, so please visit frankfortil.org for more information. The Friday Public Library will host its final 2 Fridays on the Green event for the 2024 season. Entertainment on Friday, July 19th will feature Don Go's Music and Art Show. And also on Friday, July 26th, it'll feature the Breaking Program, which is at Brighter Green again. It starts at 10 a.m. in the morning, goes through 11. And you could visit our partner, the frankfortlibrary.org, for future details. Our Night Out Against Crime is coming up as well. We have a lot of things on the mayor's list tonight, a lot of things always going on in Frankfort. The Frankfort Police Department will host its annual Night Out Against Crime event. It'll be Tuesday, August 6th. It's from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. on Brighter Green. Come out and bring your children, enjoy games, inflatable play equipment, touch-a-truck. I believe that Township will have the trucks there as well as some other ones, and Frank the Tank will be there, I'm pretty sure. It's a great night. You get to meet a lot of the people who protect you in this community in a very open, easy setting. Our concerts on the Green and country markets continue every Sunday in downtown Frankfort. The WK Dance Band, which is a disco group, will be performing on July 21st for the concert series. Our Cruise in Frankfort, which is our car show, continues every Monday, and it's going on. Actually, I think they cut it short a little bit tonight because of some threatening weather moving in, but it's normally from 5 to 8. We also have another item on here. Our Frankfort Chamber is seeking volunteers. They're always looking for them for the 56th annual Frankfort Fall Fest. It's held over the Labor Day weekend, which is August 31st through September 2nd. And there are a variety of volunteer positions available from ages 13 and up. You can be involved in fest setup, takedown, communications, parade. So there's positions if you like to be around people. There's also positions if you don't like to be around people. So entirely your choice. We'd like to congratulate ITW Deltar, located on Harlem Avenue, their 50th anniversary this year. Amazing. Great company, great corporation. And 2 final items for me. One is, we really can't go past this without talking about the attempted assassination of ex-President Trump, but also Corey Compatore, who was killed. He was in the audience. He's a former former fire chief. Tried to save a few other people there, protect them while he was there. He lost his life. We really do need to unite as a country, regardless, that we can have respectful disagreements on things. But I don't think we need to say too much more that's not appropriate to try to, assassinate your opponents or people you disagree with. And a final item, just to kind of clarify some things up. Today, July 15th, we are under a non-disclose agreement with C&S Wholesale Grocers that has to do with the Mariano's sale. So a little background on this. Kroger's and Albertsons were trying to merge from October 2022. That was challenged in court in a couple places and by the Federal Trade Commission. One of the things they needed to do is divest the Mariano brand that they have, which is a premium brand. So the Marianos were sold off as part of this deal, all the Marianos. And Mariano's had been bought by Roundy's and Kroger back in 2015. So C&S Wholesale Grocers have them. They are not going to become a Piggly Wiggly. C&S Grocers had acquired Piggly Wiggly as part of their portfolio, Piggly Wiggly Midwest in 2021. They bought the ones in the Carolinas back in the 2013. People are probably familiar if you travel down south. Mariano's was bought because it is a premium brand. And so it will remain at Mariano's. And Jewel will also, is planning to remain as a Jewel here in town. So no matter what you might have read about aliens landing from space and the moon being made of cheese on social media, this is actually what's going on. And I think the Federal Trade Commission is still not approved the merger, but the divestiture of Mariano's brand was one of the items that was required to move forward with that. And that is all I have tonight for the mayor's report, and we will go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for board comments.
Thank you, Mayor Ogle. I just have one reminder, which we already talked about tonight, but the next village board meeting will be August 5th at 7 p.m. here in the boardroom. And that's it.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Ledden.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Also, with regard to Saturday night, it's sad to have something that can be shocking and not surprising at the same time. It's a strange world we live in. I've had the opportunity to be out of the country a couple of times, and everybody's looking at us and seeing these things that go on here in disbelief, and I just hope we as a country can do better. But on another note, in local level, congratulations to everybody on such a fine event this weekend. I know a lot of hard work went into it from the staff, the police, the fire, and to pull off something so wonderful. I want to congratulate all of you. And then finally, on a personal note, my dad turns 93 on Wednesday, so I would wish him a happy birthday.
Oh, congratulations. Yep, happy birthday. Trustee Savaria.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to pass on my condolences to my neighbor, Kelly Vina. She lost her mom, Nancy Pierce, late last week. I had the pleasure of knowing Nancy for quite a while, and it's a great loss. That's all I have.
Trustee Ragone.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple kind of friendly reminders. We are in the midst of road construction. A lot of our neighborhoods have our street turns up and so forth. So just ask being patient. I know even in our neighborhood, particularly on Mondays with trash and so forth, it can be a little. So just be as patient as you possibly can with everyone. Also like to note that St. Francis Road is complete. That was great to drive down there and at least have a road that did not have construction on it. Just a little update with the Pfeiffer Road. The road itself is done. We're still just waiting on some equipment, and then as soon as that comes in, that has to be approved by the state since it's Route 30. So as soon as we can get the equipment in and the state to approve that, we will open that as soon as we possibly can. I know there's a lot of questions out there, and the village keeps posting on what's happening and on their Facebook page. So keep an eye on for that. So lots of fun projects, lots of fun road projects coming in Frankfort. So. And again, just, I guess, the 9 p.m. routine, everyday routine. Make sure that when you're closing up for the night, lock up your cars as well as your garage doors. But even just during the day, we're out and about. We're at the parks and so forth. So make sure, let's not have crimes of opportunity. Make sure that we lock our doors. So, thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Ragone. Trustee Petro.
Thank you, Mayor. Happy birthday to your father. I too just wanted to thank all the volunteers that helped put together the Frankfort Bluegrass Festival. It certainly does take a village to put these large events on, and it is a true showcase of our community and our town. So thank you. That's all tonight.
All right, thank you. Trustee Borelli.
Thank you, Mayor. Happy birthday to Mr. Ledden. Also, thank you to all the staff, to Steve, Nikki, and everyone, all the volunteers that put together the Bluegrass Fest. It is truly unique. What's great about it is it brings in a whole different group of people that would never know where Frankfort is, and it's just very interesting, very exciting. Great to meet new people, and every year it's wonderful. So thank you for continuing that, and Last, I wanted to congratulate Tyler Bell from Lincoln Way East being selected number 66 overall in the Major League Baseball draft yesterday. So awesome. That's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you, trustee. All right, those were all the items in the board comments tonight. Was there any other business from our trustees brought before the board? Rob? Okay. Now we're at the point of meetings called public comment. This, again, is not a public hearing. It's not a back and forth. You can make comments to address the board. Please, if you can keep this to 3 minutes or less, that would be appreciated. Sir, if you'd like to come up.
Thank you. Sorry. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, trustees. My name is Omar Hassad. I'm a father, pharmacist, husband, investor, and a multiple business owners in Frankfort and surrounding areas. I own 9426 Corsair, as you guys know. I just want to give you a little bit backdrop to what really took place, because you only heard one side of it. We got painted as anti-ordinance, anti-everything, which is totally false. We try to work since beginning of April with the board and Amanda at the city. Even this meeting, we have it in email that the meeting is at 6:30, not 7. There's so many things that went on. We were just told falsehood stuff. We don't know what's right and what's wrong. We try to work with the board, the chairman, Nicole, as far as getting parking and everything. All we ask for is to be treated in equal. That's it. To people in the same street, not even far, just one building next to me or the other side. That's all we ask for. I never told her that I'm not gonna get the parking done. The record is there. You could watch the videos, everything is there. And the email communication is there. And our intelligence got insulted so badly by Amanda from the city. Really, I felt like I was losing brain cells, because everything she asked for, we have done, but yet they weaponized the ordinance. Literally, we have an email, everything is in writing. They weaponized the ordinance to go back to find something else. It's always something else, it's always something else. They said they want to help us, but yet they were fighting against us. The board and the city, led by Amanda and Chairman Nicole. We have that. You guys could go back and watch everything. I never once said that we're not going to do anything. Actually, I said I'm going to do everything you want. Just treat us equally. That's all I asked for. Whatever my neighbors got done, just make sure that I'm in the same wavelength. We talked about using gravel as parking. They said no. We talked about street parking. They said it's not for us. So we have to have, I said, fine, no problem. We'll get you parking. It's not an issue. They started with 60 or some parking spots. We don't need that. They only train 14 kids at the time maximum. So we don't, and all pickup and drop-offs. It's all scheduled. It's nobody allowed just to come in. It's not like, it's just like an open house, just come in whenever you want. It doesn't work that way. There's 4 coaches, there are 12 kids, maximum 14. There's time slot for that. And mind you, that facility used to be a training facility for the same purpose. And it was granted with 7 parking spots, exactly how it is right now. Nothing. The only difference is I did get the parking. So I did pave and got them what they want. And I was expecting them, to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting you guys. But it's great, it's even better. I'm glad I got to see the mayor, So I just want to make sure this does not go back to the same people who worked against us. They were not trying to help us. They're lip service. They're saying they want to help us. But in reality, everything proved otherwise. We're not asking for anything impossible. Even they asked for a garbage enclosure. Like, could you believe that's like, there's nobody in the area has a garbage enclosure. What do we do? Like, we called home waste disposal. We said, hey, listen, take your metal can and give me a couple of plastic cans so we could put it inside the building. It's a training facility. They don't have garbage. What do they have? It's not. It's a happen industrial. They said, sorry, we don't have plastic cans in the industrial. It's only metal. Mind you, I own a new business. You guys, I don't know if you know about it, Mayor, Sauna Guard. It's on Wolf Airway next to Walgreen. A beautiful building I built. Homewood Disposal did not pick up my garbage for 3 weeks. Do you know why? They said because the can was inside the enclosure. I went off on them. So it's pointless. Even Amanda said it's a recommendation, the enclosure. Then they're trying to force us on us. Everything that was a recommendation became a mandatory. So I have trust in you guys, all of you, I really do, because I know you guys are going to be fair, especially the mayor, you know what I mean? So I just want to make sure that you guys allow this gentleman to operate. You know, I mean, he's not doing anything. Like, he's trying to help the kids. I'm a father. I have 4 kids. I want my kids to be trained in at a baseball facility nearby locally. And it will be nice, you know, I mean, for once I feel like I've been justice being served, because Mayor, please go back to the board. Please go back to Amanda. Talk to them, because this is wrong. Everything they've done to us is really wrong. You know, I mean, they showed a complaint for the roofer across the street from us. His name is Chris. I met his operation manager. His name is Greg. He said the reason that we wrote the letter because we were concerned about the safety of kids. I said, I understand. He said, Omar, it's not just you. They didn't even tell you the rest of the story. They kind of took a segment of the letter and didn't talk about the rest of it. They complained about the CrossFit. There's a training facility. The adults, they run at 7 o'clock in the morning. There is no sidewalk. He said, and the traffic that they create because they're running against traffic and the truckers beeping at them. So you're worrying about me, but yet you're not addressing the other issue. It's only fair that they address the issue as a whole. If you really talk about safety of kids, we could talk about safety of everybody. It's not just the kids, the adults, their safety. They're running on the streets. So that's all I have. I don't want to bother you with a lot of other details, but I promise you we did everything. And we got painted as the bad guys that we don't care. It's just not true. If you've seen what I do, you will know that I care. If you see the building that I'm building, you know I care. I just started a project in New Lenox. The board across from, what is it called? The Children's Museum, downtown New Lenox by the Commons. We proposed to the board and the mayor 48 hours. In 48 hours, the mayor and the board approved us. It didn't take months and months and months. They even gave me extra land. They said, hey, the ordinance will work with you. Everything will work. That's what I look for. I know the mayor's like this. I know who he is. So I want to make sure the village of Frankfort, represented by the trustee and the mayor, reflect what really the village is about. Because it's not about what we went through. It's not about what Amanda did to us. It's not about what Nicole as a chairman. Her comments, go back and watch it. She said it's her job to put us through the ringer. To put us through the ringer. That is not fair.
Okay.
It's your job to help me. Facilitate it, make it easy. Of course we're not going to get a favorable from them. If somebody tell you, I'm going to put you through the ringer, do you really think they're going to be favoring you? No. It's obvious.
Yeah.
All I'm asking for fairness and being fair. I appreciate your time. Thank you, trustee. Thank you, mayor.
Yes.
And hopefully it works out good.
Thank-
You could come and check it out. You'll love what we have done. And we do have a site plan signed by an architect and an engineer.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hassad. Your other project came before our board, and it was approved on the consent agenda. That went very smooth. That was a PUD from the past. And and all those documents, all those emails are public record. The Plan Commission is not videotaped. The village board is videotaped. So this is your first time on this project before the videotape. So thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to make a public comment tonight? Okay, hearing none, can I get a motion to adjourn? A second.
Second.
Got a motion, a second. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. All right. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.